Hey leaders, Matt Willmington. What season are you in? Right now it's a kind of an overcast day here in Lynchburg, and it's been hot, but now it's going to get a little bit cooler, and it seems like the seasons can't figure out which one they want to be. But what season are you personally, and what season is your church in right now? It's important for us as leaders to know what season of life we're in and what season of life our church or our ministry is in. Leaders must know the season. What are the seasons? Well, very simply, spring, summer, fall, and winter. And if you think about what each one of those talks to, you can kind of see how it applies to your own life and to your ministry or your organization. Some of us are in a springtime season. Springtime is one where there's a lot of work. You're planting, you're putting seeds in the ground. For churches, it may be launching new ministries. It may be starting some new initiative. It may be hiring new staff. Maybe it's a new campus. Maybe for you, it's a new relationship or a new job. Are you in a spring season? Spring seasons are pretty exciting. There's a lot of energy involved. There's hope for the future. There's a lot of great things that can happen in the springtime. The danger of springtime seasons is we've got to watch out for burnout. Burnout can come even pretty quickly when we're working hard to get the things in the ground and to get things right. But people on the team can already begin to get a little bit burned out because all they see is the planting going on and they don't see any fruit yet. That's springtime season. We move from springtime to summertime. Summer season, of course, is not really a time where we're planting seeds, but we're watering, we're weeding, we're just doing the gardening, we're doing the hard work of farming. It's not pretty, there's a lot of sweat involved, there's just a lot of hard work. This is a season of your ministry where you aren't starting new things. You've started it, you've launched new series, but now you're just pouring the water on. You're doing the work. You're showing up on Monday, you got staff meeting, it's another Sunday, it's another Wednesday. Week on week, program on program, you're trying to really get this thing to go. You're trying to push it forward. And as the summertime connotes, it's a hard time. There's a lot of hard work. It's sweaty, sometimes it's not fun, there's not a lot of excitement. It's important for a leader during this time to watch out also for burnout with his or her people. You've got to keep your people motivated. Yes, we've planted. Yes, we had this new exciting vision that everybody grabbed hold of, and we all wanted to see it happen. But now stick around. Don't leave the work. You want to see this vision, but it's going to take some hard work, sacrifice on all of our parts. So you have to really be careful with burnout as well during this season. Or sometimes people just leave the field. You know, it's been summer for a long time, Pastor, and we're moving on to another church, or we don't see this thing catching fire, this new church plant, and maybe we need to do something else. There are people who grow weary in well-doing, and they just kind of move on. The third one is the fall. And the fall season is the one kind of we'd all like to be in sometimes, but it's a harvest time. The seeds have been planted, you've done the hard work, and now the fruit starts to come up. The vegetables and the fruit and the produce is coming forward, and it's an exciting time. In ministry world, it is when we see that ministry team finally hit on all its cylinders. We see that youth ministry room finally filled up on a Wednesday night. We see a new campus catching fire. We see that new job that you've been working on all of a sudden take off, and there's a real harvest. There's fruit that's coming in. It's a time of great excitement again. It's a time of great joy. I think you as a leader have to watch out and help your team, though. Watch out for laziness because the fruit is just happening. People are coming in the front door. They're joining groups. And it's easy for the workers, the team, to sit back and be a little bit lazy and just enjoy it all, not realizing that there's going to be more work that will come. The fourth season is the winter. And winter season is not a bad season. Winter is when the fruit has been pulled in, the crops are out, and the ground has to rest a little bit because you can't keep going 100 miles an hour all year long. It's a time of rest. Yes, the ground kind of goes cold and it goes to sleep a little bit, as it were, but there is life happening, isn't there? I mean, there are things that are hibernating. There's work that's being done, but you're getting ready for the next season. There's a time of preparing. We're looking back at the harvest that we've gotten, but now we're preparing as well. In ministry world, this is a time to, if you've made new disciples, if you've had people come to Christ in the harvest season, now in the winter, this is time to just really cozy up to them and to get together and to do the work of preparation for the springtime. It's discipling people. It's maybe getting a team and saying, well, you know, we're taking a break from this campus. We're going to stop doing this third service for all. But we're going to take a time just to pull back together and really pray and prepare. Look at what God has done, but prepare for the next season. And leaders, what you have to watch out during this season is vision loss. Vision loss, because there will be people who say, well, I remember when we used to have a big harvest coming in. The doors were open and people were coming in, and now it's a little bit dormant, or maybe it's a transitional season. Maybe we haven't had a pastor in a while, or we haven't had a youth minister for a while. We're in transition. You've got to guard against people losing vision that good work is still being done on Sundays, on Wednesdays. You're ministering to people. But it's that little rest time. It's a little plateau time. Nobody likes the word plateaus except for climbers. Climbers need that little break from all the hard work they've been doing. A plateau is a time to look down to where you've come from, to assess how far you've gone, to check your gear, to see your rations, and then to look and see where you need to go next. Plateaus are not bad. They're a worthy time of resting and getting ready for the next season, because spring is coming. Spring is coming. And a great danger in church world and ministry world, and even personally sometimes, is that winter tends to be a time where things die. This church is dead. It used to happen, but it's not happening anymore. And we have to guard against that, because just because things aren't happening right now doesn't mean that God's not ready to do something new. There's a new spring around the corner if you're walking with God. Leaders, what season are you in personally? Be careful to know and watch which season each of your team members is in. Go around the table and ask them, what season are each of us in our marriages, in our professional development? That'll tell you a lot about your team. Go around your room and ask each team, each department, its ministry, what season are you individually in? Children's ministry, student ministry, women's, men's, worship. Go all the way around. And then talk as a group. What season is our church in? Be careful to know which season you're in, so that you'll do the work of that season and that you'll get ready for the next one. God bless you as you lead second.